Hey everybody, my name's Ollie Cardle. I'm a Freeletics ambassador from the UK.
And this is Angelo, a Greek Freeletics ambassador from United States.
Fantastic. That could not have gone any better. Welcome to the Shaped by Gods podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yes, hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Shaped by Gods podcast. We are back. We've had a little bit of a break between. You'll notice that there's a little bit of time between each episode at the minute, and that's because we're trying not to rush these things and squeeze them into small gaps and have the quality of the content suffer. I was a bit so modest. Mr. Angelo, how are you doing? How are you doing? You've achieved some stuff lately, right?
I'm doing amazing, man.
So good.
Honestly, I couldn't be better. I can't wait to give some little bit information of what I did and some details about some stuff. And I'll make you. I think after this podcast, nobody's gonna be the same again.
Oh wow! That's incredible. That's fantastic. Wow. Okay, so I think I know what it is. I think I know what you did. You have achieved something incredible that not many people have achieved before in the history of the world. You have managed to purchase a 4th bunny rabbit.
Exactly, my friend.
My life has changed.
Today, August 21st, I got my 4th bunny, and it's a male bunny. I have so far 3 female bunnies, Moo, Blue, and Berry, like blueberry. It's very nice.
Has the new boy got a name?
The new boy's name, the previous owners, they named it Jigglypuff, like the Pokemon. Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I know.
You know the song?
Yeah.
Sings and everybody goes to sleep. But
that's quite a mouthful, Jigglypuff. For a rabbit.
It's a good name. I like it because of the Pokemon, and I don't know if you know Jigglypuff from the Pokemons, but I like Jigglypuff.
I know Jigglypuff. Yeah. I think Spartan would be a good name to celebrate what you've just achieved.
I really like it. Maybe we're gonna name him Leonidas.
Leonidas, yes, maybe that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. That'd be cool.
But Spartan is Spartan. I like it. I'm gonna suggest to the wife the name Spartan, and if she approves it, then it's gonna be Spartan. If she doesn't approve, then it has to be something else.
Okay, I'll give you 2 reasons why she might approve, and they are both the same reason for 2 different people. You guys both just smashed some Spartan races, right? You've just smashed them. I've seen the pictures.
We destroyed them. Destroyed them.
You put all your training to use and you've smashed 2 challenges in 2 days. Talk to me. Tell me. Talk to me about it, Angelo.
So everything starts almost 8 years ago when I've done my. So for the people that they think Spartan race or any obstacle race is made for gods, for superheroes, for people of the elites and super trained and beasts and superhuman and all this kind of stuff. You are totally wrong, my friends. 8 years ago, when I was overweight and I was feeling useless in the fitness industry and everything, and in myself too, I couldn't do 1 push-up, I couldn't do 1 pull-up, I couldn't run 1 kilometer without feeling I'm gonna have a heart attack. I was going up the stairs and I was catching up my breath. I was bad, very bad 8 years ago. Then I met Freeletics, and Freeletics changed my life. And for Spartan Race, everything starts 4 years ago when a family member said to me, when I said, oh, do you think I ever gonna be able to run a Spartan race? I'm doing Freeletics and all this kind of stuff. I'm getting into fitness. I'm getting more fit. I'm getting more fit. Do you think I ever gonna run a Spartan race? And the family member said, no, I don't think you can never run a Spartan race. I think you're gonna maybe break your neck, or you're gonna die, or you're not gonna finish it. You're gonna waste your money. You're gonna waste your time. It's a waste of time in general. You don't have to go. It's only for losers, only for people that want to show off. Blah 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 blah. Boom. That's where everything starts. 4 years ago. So when I got all this negativity and all this information, for some reason, I got them not just to prove them wrong. I just wanted to prove myself to see if I can do it, because
Mhm.
because the brain because the brain reacts on the past experiences. So whatever you've done in the past, it remembers and reacts the same thing. So because I had experience of Freeletics when I thought I cannot finish my first Aphrodite, and eventually I finished it. It was the
Yeah.
same thing with the Spartan race. I said, oh, maybe I cannot finish it, but then I said, oh, let me try it. So then my first Spartan race was 2 years ago, 2 years after. No, I mean, I'm sorry, it was the same year, 4 years ago. And when I tried it, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. So without second thinking, I went online, I bought a ticket, and I start training for it. I was start doing runs. I was very bad in the beginning. It was only 5K. The smallest race is 5K, 3 to 4 miles race. It's 20 obstacles in between. 5K with 20 obstacles, and is requiring everything you have: upper body, lower body, running, muscle endurance
Mhm.
and everything. So I got the ticket. I start training by running, and when I got to the race, I was super stressed. I was super. I was in discomfort. I didn't believe myself. I didn't know, but I was confident enough to try until the end, just to see if I'm gonna finish it. So when I went to the race, I had people next to me that they were, a little bit overweight, a little bit not that fit like I was at the moment. So I was
Mhm.
saying, these people are here too. So these people are here to challenge themselves. So while I was going obstacle after obstacle, obstacle after obstacle, some obstacles I failed them, of course, because I wasn't strong enough, whatever, like to do monkey bars, or to climb you had to climb a rope.
Mhm.
That thing is like uh, maybe 8 meters high, maybe
Yeah.
7, 8 meters high. So anyway, like 15 feet. And I failed. I went very close, because every obstacle has a bell at the end. So when you finish it, you just ring the bell. So when you get to the top of the obstacle of the rope, you have to ring the bell and then climb down. I got very close, but I didn't ring the bell. And many obstacles I didn't ring the bell, but at least I tried my best. And at the end of it, when I got the medal, um, I felt super complete. Not because, and I didn't care that I didn't finish the obstacles like complete. I didn't complete all the obstacles. I gave my best. I was so proud. I gave my best. I was so proud. I finished the distance, like the 5K, first ever in my life. It was very difficult. It was very difficult. It was exhausting. And at the end, when because the people putting the medals around your neck, the feeling was unbelievable. And long story short, I'm going back home, and there's the family member over there, and I remember taking the medal out of my head, or out of my neck, and I'm grabbing it, and I say, look, I made it. And the
Mhm.
family member turns around the head and he says, okay, great job. And I was like, these people, they this the kind of the people you're gonna meet in your life, that you don't you don't need any opinion, any advice, any of anything of what you cannot do and what you can achieve in your life. If I was and I was believing them until my 30 years of my life, like 28, 29. And when I started believing myself, when I started like saying, I'm gonna try, my whole life changed.
Mhm.
And when I made it, I say, I don't have to prove them right. I don't
Yeah.
have to, I did it of course for revenge, like they say, success is the best revenge you can give. So I saw the medal just to show them like I made it. But even if I made it, they didn't get it, they didn't understand the value of the success. I say, I don't have to, man. I mean, I have to do it for myself. And my life completely changed of how I was trying and I keep trying everything for my personal success, personal fulfillment, personal feelings, personal happiness, and everything.
For yourself.
And for my completely for myself. And just to finish the whole story, after I was trying, some injuries came up, and then COVID happened, and 2021 everything started opening again, and the obstacle races came back, and there is the Spartan race. It comes from 5K, then it goes 10K, then you have the half a marathon that is 21K, and there's the 50K, and there's the world championships, whatever. But after the 5K is the 10K. So I said to myself, and also there's a trifecta. They call it trifecta. You have to finish 3 races in 1 year, so you can connect all the medals and connect the trifecta, get the trifecta that you achieved 3 difficult races in 1 year. And I said to myself this year, I say, let me try to see if I can make them. So I did the weight-free gain with Freeletics in the beginning of the year 2021, and I finished the first time, and I was getting ready for it. While I was doing the weight-free gain, I was running in between two, so to make put the kilometers in my legs and start running. And I finished the second weight-free gain. I got so stronger with the pull-ups. I got so stronger with my legs. I got stronger everywhere, especially my arms, to climb the rope and everything. And now I'm doing the dumbbell journey. I'm on the 12th session so far, and I got so strong, man. And I did my first race a week ago, the 10K. They call it Super, and this is the achievement over here. Like,
Lovely.
and man, when I finished it, that's what I'm getting so far. I'm talking the monologue. When I finished the 10K, the 10K is 25 obstacles, 5 more obstacles than the 5K. I honestly felt like, I'm unstoppable, man. Like I felt like this is unbelievable. This is like, well, if you work for something, like you can achieve anything. I felt like I can achieve anything I want in life. It was insane. It was very difficult. And the thing is, I was so strong. I hit the bell when I was climbing the rope. I hit the bell. I was doing monkey bars. The obstacles were so difficult. And all the obstacles that I failed 2 years before that race, man, it was insane. The feeling, honestly, at the end of it, when I got the medal and they put it around my neck, the 10K and 25 obstacles, I say, oh my God, I mean, the people that I felt they superheroes, whatever, I'm now in this position, and I'm like, I can achieve it too. And then the next day was a surprise, because it was the next day was the 5K. I was doing the 10K and the 5K. Julie says to me, oh, can I come? And I say, yeah, why not? I say, you can do it. Of course you can. I had the same feelings before too. You can do it. I was motivating her, whatever. She was asking me about the obstacles, and I didn't give much details because I didn't want to discourage her, And she came, she finished it, she got the medal. And man, you seeing Julie finishing the 5K and getting such a confidence and such an achievement and success, and the smile, and the feeling that it was the first race that she ran, and she felt like unstoppable too. When she told me, I said, "How you feel?" I felt unstoppable. She said to me, "I feel amazing. I didn't believe I can finish the race." Man, I honestly I can't say it enough to the people. If you try hard for anything in your life, you can achieve anything you can imagine. This race is completely changed my mindset.
That's awesome. That's incredible. And a lot of it is mindset. I mean,
the whole race is mindset. When you see the monkey bars, you say, "Oh, I'm not gonna do it." Whatever. I did to many athletes during the race. They were coming to the obstacle, right? And I was completely. Of course, I'm a different person. Like the last race between, the previous race, my first race, and through the mindset progress and develop, self-develop, and all this kind of stuff I'm going through, and I'm reading and I'm listening and I'm trying to develop myself and everything. I'm a complete different person. And there were athletes over there that were going for the monkey bars, right? And there were some people, they were doing 1, 2, and they were dropping. And I say, oh my God. So when you don't finish one obstacle, if you accept not to finish it, and not to try again until you finish it. You have to do 30 burpees. The penalty is to do 30 burpees. So you go in on the side of the obstacle and you do 30 burpees and you continue. Of course, you can avoid to do burpees. You say, oh, forget about it. You go to the next obstacle. But it's not about cheating the race. It's about cheating on yourself. Whatever you say to yourself. So some people, they saying, oh, forget it next time, whatever. And I was testing them. I was trying to see on which athlete I can push them, to push to go to do it again. And it was a few guys that I did it. And honestly, they made it, man. They tried one time, they did one monkey bar, second monkey bar, and they dropped. And they said, oh, I can. It's okay, guys. They were saying to each other, it's okay, guys, next time. So, and I was like this, hey, you, come over here. I was saying, come on, my friend, come on, let's do it together. Let's do it together. I say, grab a little bit dirt from the ground, do it on your hands. I say, make them dry, and let's try the monkey bars together. We were doing the monkey bars together, and they were finishing the monkey bars together. We were finishing together in the monkey bars. They were like to me, man, thank you so much. I really didn't believe I'm gonna do it.
So
the thing is, if you accept, everything is in the mind, man. Exactly. If you accept that you failed and you will stay over there, you will stay over there. But if you accept that you can try again and take failure as a lesson, take failure as a step towards to your success, and like Les Brown says, fail your way to success. Man, it was the best feeling seeing athletes. I did it to the monkey bars. I did it to the ropes. I did it to the walls, the 7 feet walls they couldn't jump over. I was saying, it's okay, let's do it again. Let's do it again. The guy tried 3 times on the wall, and he did it with the 3rd time. And it was amazing, man. The feeling of pushing people to show them that you actually can do it. If you keep pushing and don't accept your failure as your reality, as who you are, and you can break that mindset, man. These races changed me so much. You can't imagine how it changed me. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
That's amazing. You were already mentally strong going in, so that, to come out of it feeling that much more mentally strong is incredible. I think with the mindset thing, it is something that it is inside everybody, but a lot of the time, I mean, it could be inside, like, say from a personal point of view, I know it's inside me, this mindset of you can do more. You're not ready to quit yet, even though you feel like you are. But sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you can trigger that and sometimes you can't. So we were speaking before, my go-to workout between coach days is my Poseidon workout, where it's 20 pull-ups, 20 push-ups, and then 15, and then 10, and then 5. Now, sometimes on some days, if I go into that feeling, less than 100% mentally, then I'll end up failing before I hit that maximum rep. But a lot of the time when I do hit that maximum rep, it's because I've gotten to, say, if I was doing the set of 20, I've gotten to that 15th rep and thought, okay, that's enough. And then I drop off the bar. But I know that when I've gotten through that to the 20, it's not that I was out of physical strength before. It was that I believed at that point that I was done. There are more in there. There's more. There's always more in the tank. They do say that we only use a certain percentage of our abilities. I think as well, when you touched on the family member that he was negative towards you, I think the key point from that I took wasn't the fact that you achieved something that he said you wouldn't be able to achieve, and then you went to prove to him, see, I did it. You said I couldn't do it and I did it. I think the bigger point in that is realizing that you didn't need to say anything to him at all. You didn't need to. It wasn't for him, because you can't make someone else. And in a way, you can understand that everybody in the world is walking around and they're in their own bubble, their own little bubble. Anyone who walks into a gym thinks, oh, everyone's looking at me. Everyone's going to look at me and judge me what I'm doing. But they're not. Anyone who goes into a gym, there's only one person they're thinking about, and that's themselves. That's their. Everyone's got that inner dialect and that inner dialogue going on. So it was almost like you were looking for an audience that wasn't there. That achievement's for you. You can't expect someone. I mean, there are people. Obviously, there are millions of people who do care about others and other people's achievements, and like yourself, you probably take more satisfaction out of seeing other people succeed than yourself succeed. And I feel the same. There's nothing better than, you know, seeing other people achieve something that, especially if it's something that you've been through before yourself, then you can relate to that personally. But just seeing someone identifying something that they need to push through and watching them push through it and have that victory themselves, and you know how that feels, and seeing other people experience that. But to assume that anyone else should care what you've just achieved, you know, it's very difficult to comprehend the fact that other people don't care. But 9 times out of 10, people are so in their own little world, and it is natural. It is natural for you know, things like that not to mean much to somebody else. But obviously loved ones, and like true loved ones, people that are around you that understand, those are the people that will give you that feedback that you need, because they're the people who understand what you've been through, you know. And it's usually people that have been through something themselves or experienced stuff themselves. They're the ones that understand what you've done and what you've achieved and what you've overcome. People that haven't done anything like that, they haven't got a reference point, you know. So
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's exactly what you're saying is about what they call it, the projection. You know, people that they believe for themselves they cannot do it. There is something not achievable, whatever. Like you can make it. They rushing to the point to say to the other person, "Oh, you can't do it," but it's actually the feeling that they feel it for themselves, and because they feel they cannot do it, they're saying to you like, "You can't do it." For a very a nice example, it was about a neuroscientist a few years back. They asked him in an interview. They said to him, "Do you think it's possible to record dreams?" And he said, "No, it's impossible. I don't think we can make it. No, it's impossible." Because the thing is, he didn't even try to do it. But whatever he was doing, the research that he was doing it, you know, at that point, he believed that, you know, is not possible. So 3 years after, another scientist in China, and he never heard, he never listened to his interview, you know, to 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 see that, oh, you know, it's impossible to record dreams. So he was doing his own research. So 3 years after, these Chinese you know, neuroscientists and scientists in general, he started recording the dreams in humans. And then when the you know, a very famous channel called him and they said, "What do you have to say about the Chinese scientist that he started recording dreams?" And, you know, of course, he's intelligent enough to say, "It was my mistake to say 3 years ago that is impossible to record dreams because I thought it's impossible." And, you know, I'm so glad he said that. He says, I'm so glad that person didn't hear my opinion, and that didn't stop him of keep going and pushing to record dreams. So this is can go so close to the family, and because the family believes, when you are a kid and your mother or father says to you, "Oh, what do you want to become when you're going to grow up, baby? What do you want to be?" And the baby's like, "Oh, I want to be the best soccer player in the world. I want to be a scientist. I want to be a president. I want to be an astronaut. I want to go to the moon. I want to go to Mars, whatever." And because the mother or the father, they just, I don't want, no offense to anybody, you know, it's an example. Maybe they work in an average supermarket. Maybe they work they have an average job or below average job, or they have below average income. They're saying, okay, you know what? Let me put you down on the ground.
Well,
you know,
it's the word realistic is the word that's jumped into mind. I mean, I you know, I've experienced it myself, and it's a case of I mean, it's a majority thing in our world. It is you've got to be realistic. But we, as a human, as a race, as a species, we owe the whole development of civilization to those who said, yes, we can do these things. You know, I mean, there was a time where flight was considered to be impossible. Humans flying, you know, and there are just countless things. Any invention and modern thing that you take for granted today, we owe to the people that, you know, you said we can do these things, and it's, you know, whether it's through chemistry or physics or or basically just being an entrepreneur and an inventor. We owe so much to the people that said, yes, I can. Because 9 times out of 10, if people haven't seen it, they don't believe it can happen. Or people haven't, there will be people that say, no, you can't do this, having no research or no background in that particular field. And even if you've studied that particular field and you can see a way of doing something but haven't quite got there yet, then there will be people that will say no. And the worst thing for me is people that haven't really looked into it, but they've heard from someone else that you can't do these things, and it just becomes sort of common knowledge almost that you can't achieve these things because someone else said so, but they haven't done the research themselves. They haven't tried themselves. It's just it can't be done. But we owe everything. We owe everything to those few people that stand up against that and say, no, I can do this. I mean, look at what we're doing now. We're looking like we're going to be. We've landed things on Mars. We've landed rovers and explorers on Mars, and we're looking at sending humans to Mars. And within a crazy time scale. We're talking 10, 20 years. And it's just the advancement of technology and say, no, we can't. What usually prompts the no is, no, we can't, based on what we've got around us right now, based on what our knowledge and equipment that we've got available right now. No, we can't do that. And what that usually turns into is a no, we can never do that. I think that's the problem. No one can ever do that is the problem. It's not the no, we can't do it. It's based on everything we know now. As far as we know now, that is impossible. But that doesn't mean the progression of things. I mean, there are inventions that have happened that were delayed because of certain aspects of that technology weren't ready yet. I mean, I don't know if it's true, but I heard that the tin opener was invented a long time after the tin can.
Really?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, obviously, yeah, that makes sense to me. The tin can's a great idea for preserving food and keeping it airtight. But the can opener was invented a long time after that. So yeah, it's things like that. But yeah, well, I'm so proud of you, and I'm proud of Julie, and it's incredible to have seen those pictures. I've never seen anyone look so happy as you did in that picture, and you can see everything you said about the previous experience to your first attempt, and even though it was a success, it wasn't a full success until you got there and you started ringing those bells. And I could see the difference in your face in those pictures. And I'll try and upload those pictures onto the YouTube version of this podcast, just so people can see. You can see the achievement in your face. You're so proud, and it's amazing.
Man,
it's
you know what was the funny part? I was when I was doing the 10K, and when I did the 5K again with Julie, the day before I did the 10K, that skyrocketed my confidence and my motivation, my inspiration. Like I self-inspired myself, and like by pushing other people, just achieving the obstacles. Man, I honestly am so overfilled with motivation and inspiration to spread it all over the planet and to share it with you guys. Like, man, I cannot describe with words how I feel. And pushing other people, and they were achieving the obstacles after they felt like they cannot do it and they were failing. And when I went to the 5K the next day with Julie, and I was pushing Julie, I went with my friend Sean too, another guy. So we're 3 people together. And some obstacles, the bell was in front of the obstacles. I was strong enough, that point compared to the other times, that when you're holding the wall or whatever and you have to ring with your hand, I was jumping and I was hitting the bell with my head, with my just boom, whatever.
Nice.
And I was laughing so much because I was so confident, and I was feeling powerful, man. Coming to the
really
5K
cool.
after the 10K, I was like, I just finished the 10K, man. I was saying to myself, I just finished the 10K, the 5K, whatever. Even if it has like 100 obstacles, like I'm gonna finish one by one.
So that's like doing triple Aphrodite on the Saturday and then only getting single on the Sunday.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Yes. When we done the first Aphrodite, you remember?
Yeah.
When everybody was gathered together, and the power was unstoppable. Everybody together on Zoom, and everybody says, I'm gonna do triple, double, or single, because some people didn't even try single because coach sometimes gives like a 3/5, 2/5,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. So they said, oh, I'm so afraid to do a single one, too many burpees, too many squats, too many sit-ups, and everybody got together and we motivated each other. Man, I cannot. Oh, man, it's unbelievable the feeling when you achieve, when you break down the fear, when you break down the obstacles, when you smashing the old self, and you see like there's infinite like power for you to achieve anything. And when you do the triple Aphrodite, then you see the single and you say,
Yeah.
come on.
The incredible thing is the fear only exists before before you start. As soon as you get started, that fear all disappears. So the anxiety and the nerves, it's all it's a pre-game thing, and once you get going, and then you can enjoy yourself a little bit. It's that build up that's terrifying. So you've signed up, you've got another one coming, right? September the 11th. What are you going to take into that one?
So I finished the 10K, my very first 10K. I finished the 5K. That's my second race, and I need one more race to finish the trifecta, to complete the trifecta. So it's either do the 50K. I'm not ready yet. But the feeling that
mentally
I have, that is the mental feeling that I have, that I don't see it as impossible anymore. It's 50K, man. It's more than a marathon, right? I don't see it as impossible. Like, only that feeling that I know I'm not there yet, but I know I can make it. It's
that's it.
It's amazing. It's honestly amazing.
It's that feeling where, okay, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be hard. It's going to be the hardest.
Oh yeah, of course. But the race,
it won't kill me.
Yeah. Of course. It's very. I'm sorry.
That's cool. That's cool. That limit changes for yourself, and it becomes something that almost, if you achieve, say when you finish your 10-1, you think, I can do anything now. It's just a case of getting through it. It's not you. I mean, you don't go into these things thinking, am I physically fit enough to do this? I mean, there's a certain limit to how unfit you can be to try and take that sort of thing on. But you go in thinking, all I've got to do is last mentally. All I've got to do is mentally last this whole race. And that's a different game to being physically, because you could be physically fit enough to achieve these things and mentally not strong enough. And you can quit when it gets slightly tough, or when you get to a certain point. But a strong mind can drag a weaker body through better than a strong body can drag a weak mind through.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's beautiful what you said.
Yeah, it's more about the mind, I feel.
That's fair. That's very strong what you said. The third race, what you said, is September 11th. It's the Beast. The first, they call it Sprint. Sprint is the 5K. Super is the 10K, and Beast is a half a marathon. It's 21K. I never done it before. 21 kilometers. I never done something like that before. But I'm running for it. I'm training for it. I know I can make it. I'm gonna take my pace, of course. I'm gonna do my pace, and like I did with the other races, I know I'm gonna complete it. I'm gonna complete the race 100%, because I'll make it. There is no. When you have in your mind, in your mind, no room for failure, you're gonna succeed. There's no way you're gonna lose the game. When you're saying, I'm going into the game and today I'm winning the game, it's impossible for you to lose.
Yeah, and the good thing about that, you've already done it.
Yeah, I'm already at the finish line.
Yeah, give me my medal. You've already done it. Yeah, nothing's going to stop you. I mean, just don't hurt yourself. Don't injure yourself.
Of course.
Those things are hard to finish on a broken leg.
Yeah.
But, but again, that is a big part of the training. I'm sure some people sign up for these things when they're about 10 beers deep and they've been in the pub all afternoon, and they sign themselves up because they think, oh yeah, let's do that. But if you train to avoid injury and train to be flexible and malleable, and once you're warmed up, injury risk it does get considerably lower. So
Yeah.
failing, bar an accident, if you had an accident, then that's different. But once you're warmed up and you've gotten through the first of few obstacles, then your body should be prepared to take on anything. You've got to be just got to be aware. I mean, I don't know whether it's because I'm getting older, but my workouts now consist of me constantly avoiding injury, and that's a mental thing as well, and making sure that comes with practicing form and making sure your form's right as well. So it got to a point where personal bests, PBs, became a very distant secondary goal to getting through that workout in one piece, coming out stronger than I was when I went in. And I don't mean holding back at all. I mean, you probably know as well as I do, those slow, good reps, they hurt a lot more than the fast ones. The fast ones you can almost,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's the same as like when you get the kipping pull-ups, the fast pull-ups compared to the slow pull-ups. You can blast through 10 pull-ups before your body realizes what you're doing. You're almost tricking it into getting some reps in like that. So yeah, but when you do those 10 reps slow and controlled, yeah, you're really feeling them by 3 or 4 reps, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's incredible. That's great to hear that story, man. I'm very proud of you. I want to try one of those things one day soon. I've got some ideas about some virtual races coming up, but they're literally just running, and I'm not a big runner. I've always had issues with my knees, but I'm enjoying running a little bit more lately. I think it is important I mean, especially with those Spartan races, it's so important anyway to prepare your body for all kinds of different stresses, like whether it's running or lifting or lifting your body weight or doing something like a high jump. It's very important to prepare your body for anything. And
Yeah.
the ultimate fitness is someone that can do all of it,
And let's stay on this one for just a minute, because I did 2 races in 2 days, and in both of the days I saw injuries happening right next to me. They have the little cart, like the meds. They come in and pick you up, and they take you out of the race all the way to the finish line. So there is ambulance over there waiting for anything that happens. People got injured right next to me. People, they were doing monkey bars and they just fell on their knees. When they were falling down, the ankle was twisting, or while they were doing, they were clapping the rope, they pulled the muscle. I saw plenty of injuries because there are plenty of people around, and sometimes you have to wait a little bit. But I was walking before I get to the obstacle every time. So also because I was recording with my GoPro, but I also wanted to take my time after the running, take a deep breath, get ready, get mentally ready, get physically ready. And I was seeing injuries, and unfortunately they were happening. And to stay on that is just, of course, you need to be okay. You can be mind ready, but also you need to understand that you have to be as close as you can physically ready. You can say, oh, my mind is already, I'm gonna lift like a 400 kilos, let me do a deadlift. You're gonna lift it and you might die, because deadlift, it's famous for having deadlift. They call it deadlift for a reason, because you can die by lifting from the blood pressure and everything, like a very heavy weight. You can be mind ready, but if you try to do something that's way beyond your limits, of course you have to know your limits, you can injure yourself very bad, and it's not worth it. So always, before any race or before any that that need demanding race or workout or whatever, be physically ready. While you're doing something, you have to be always very careful. People who were doing monkey bars, they were being like a I'm doing monkey bars, and I saw like a guy, oh, look at me, was for laughing and whatever. Man, he fell on his back, and it was very bad, and everybody got over him. You can't play with this. You have to be serious. You have to be protect yourself and everything. And it was very sad seeing the people, and it was even more sad for me that I have to continue, because
nothing
the cart,
nothing
the cart was, the little car was coming, pick them up, and it was very sad. So always safety first for anything in life. Safety first.
That's right. I think a part of what I mean by being mentally ready, a part of being mentally ready is knowing in your mind that you have done the physical preparation.
Yeah,
You're
of course, of
physically
course, of
prepared.
course.
I'm not talking, you think about it and you can do it. We're not talking like Superman here or superheroes who, mind over matter sort of thing. It's being mentally ready means that in your head, you're capable.
Yeah, you've done the hard work, and
Yeah,
you believe in yourself that you're ready enough to do it.
that's it.
And you can say, oh, tomorrow you're gonna wake up one day, you're gonna say, oh, I'm going to run the Boston Marathon, is 15
Yeah,
days. No, you can't.
no,
You have to be reasonable too. You have to be honest.
yeah,
And
with
I
yourself.
mean,
Yeah,
yeah, you can say, oh, okay, mom, I'm going to Boston Marathon, I'm gonna show you I can do it. I mean, you don't have to show off to anybody except
no,
yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. Can I do 100 burpees right now? No, I'm not gonna do them. Can I do 10 at least? Yes. So start with 10, go to 12, go to 15, go to 20, and when you go to 100, then you can,
then
quote
you're
quote,
then you're
like,
mentally ready
yes,
to go into
exactly,
a
you're
race that
mentally
might
ready.
consist of. Yeah. um yeah, I think it's you got to get that preparation. And as far as people getting to the point where they were on the monkey bars and messing around, almost showing off because they were a little bit too confident, I think I don't know about you, but whenever I do any physical movement now, it could be just rolling around with the kids or doing my
Yeah.
workout, my mind has gotten to a point now after 7 years of freeletics. It's gotten to a point where my mind is connected to every single part of my body, and when I'm doing pull-ups, I can feel what position my legs and my toes and my feet are in, and it's a full link. I can feel whether that my form's not quite right or something isn't right, whether that I've done a certain amount of reps and my form is starting to slip. I can feel it's almost like there's a deeper connection when you've got that sort of experience with it. And I think if you start messing around and swinging about, then especially as you get older, you sort of run the risk of, because it can happen at any time. I mean, a lot of my injuries have been done. I can do a workout and do 150 pull-ups during my workout, and then the next day I could pick up my daughter and I'll go at a funny angle, or I can sleep funny and my neck's broken for a week. It's like it's sometimes you can't help it, and your body does what it does, and it does some crazy stuff. But like I said, about being mentally prepared is about knowing that you put that work in, and your body, you
Yeah.
know what it's capable of, and you know how to get the best out of it.
Mhm.
You're listening to the Shaped by Gods podcast. Okay, so just quickly before we wrap up the episode, I want to draw everyone's attention to something that's going on in the Freeletics world. They have got a new challenge coming up on the 22nd of September. It's going to be the Freeletics Pull-Up Day. Pull-ups, that's a massive, massive milestone for a lot of people, and for those people that are just starting their fitness journey, a lot of the time that is a big target on their radar. Trying to get their first pull-up, maybe their first 10 pull-ups consecutively, or even hitting records and seeing if they can get to the 25, 30, 40. That's crazy ability that is. So what Freeletics is doing, they've got you've got to set yourself a goal and see how much progress you can make by September the 22nd. So with pull-ups, it is a progression. If you're new to pull-ups, or whether you've been doing them for a long time, it is a progression. And even if I get to a point where I've had maybe a week off of doing any pull-ups, the difference in ability by the end of that week is colossal. So so what is it? So it's going to be a challenge and a celebration. It's a day dedicated to lifting yourself to new heights, they say. All this information is available in the recent Freeletics blog, which is easy to find from your Freeletics profile. On the 22nd of September, which is less than a month now, so we're going to see how many pull-ups we can do as a community, I believe. I don't know whether it's going to be a collective total. Let's see, I think. Okay, so it's going to be setting some personal goals. Here's what you need to do to take part. You'll need determination and commitment. You'll need a pull-up bar. You need a yeah,
Definitely you're gonna
yeah,
need a pull-up bar.
yeah. So you can. I mean, for me, I have got a pull-up bar at home. It's You've seen my collection of pull-up bars in the past. They've been just yeah, probably not deemed as being health and safety compliant, but my current one's good. But at the same time, sometimes you can get a better range if you go outside. I have got one down the road from me. There's a little park with one that I like to practice my muscle ups on, which is, it's got that clearance above. It's quite hard to get that at home, the clearance above the bar. So if I tried to do a muscle up now, I would be smashing my head through the loft, and I would be in the attic.
You say hi to the neighbor. Hi, hello. I'm just doing muscle ups.
Yeah, and hope it's not their bathroom. So hello. Dear. Do you know what? It would be one thing if I only did one rep, but by the time I got to 25, they just thought I was taking the mick. You know, well, once I noticed they were up there in the bath, I should have stopped doing the reps. So it's time to get to work on your pull-ups. So it's going to be a collective thing with the Freeletics community on the 22nd of September. Anyone who is just starting their Freeletics journey, there are all kinds of tips and advice that you can find either within the app or within the community. I mean, there's resistance bands that can help you. There's assisted pull-ups or there's jumping pull-ups where you concentrate mostly on getting above the bar with a jump, and then you do the negative part of the movement. Obviously, things like you know, any other body weight exercises that's working on your shoulders, for example, like pikes. There's a definite progression with pull-ups, and it takes patience and it takes consistent work. You've definitely been working on your pull-ups lately. That was a big goal of yours towards preparing for this Spartan race, was to that upper body strength and the ability to pull your own body weight up, you know, and that's obviously paid off in a big way for you, because you've got the rope, you've got the monkey bars. I don't think perhaps without this progression that you've made a lot of progress in the last 6 months, and without that you might have been back to where
the weight free gain journey. The weight free gain journey was, I think, the major train that changed my life, because I had the pull up hanging, I had the passive hanging, I had the pull ups I had to do, and the pikes, of course, in my upper body. It's never the same. I mean, it's not the same as it was before. And in Spartan Race, it was like three obstacles that you had to do. One, it was the monkey bars. One, it was the rings that you have to swing from one ring to another one, and the other one was like monkey bars but twisting bars. So every time you're grabbing one bar, it was twisting, and you have to keep holding yourself while the bars are twisting, and it was super exhausting and super difficult. Super difficult. It was the most difficult obstacle for me, personal for me, and but I made it at the end. And man, guys, just try your pull-ups, start anything.
Yeah. That's awesome. I think the weights free gain is definitely one of my favorite journeys, and it's probably it's had the biggest payoff for me, that journey, you know.
Yes.
So yes, there you go. Check that out. Go and have a look at the Freeletics blog. 22nd of September is the actual challenge date. So you've got plenty of time. You've got under a month, but a month is a good amount of time to work on your pull-ups, and it's definitely a good time to we'll come together on the 22nd, and it's not about being able to do the same amount of reps as everyone else. It's not about, you know, it's not an ego thing. There's no ego involved in this. It's see how far you've come and test yourself, and make that a date in your diary to you know, really show how much work you put in. And it's a celebration, you know. Pull-ups is something that I enjoy doing a lot, and it's something that I miss if it's not in my workout for long, which is why I tend to alternate my coach days between doing the coach day and doing my own personal thing. But it's about your own personal. It's like we keep saying, there's a reason why it's called personal best. It's not a competition with other people. It's about what you can achieve and how much you can develop yourself, and it's something to be proud of. Whether you're doing your very first one, my first one was my proudest moment. Anything beyond that was almost inevitable with the progressive work and continued work. But getting that first one's your main one. But yeah, it's going to be cool. I think we're all going to come together. We'll talk more about it in the show coming up to that date. But yeah, have a go. Good luck. Enjoy. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. This is we're going to wrap that up. This has been the Shaped by Gods podcast, and look at this man. Make some noise, Angelo. Make some noise.
Drin, 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 drin.
Look at that. Look at that. Leonidas never had that many
one.
noise,
This is the first one. This is the first one, 2019. The one that changed my life, the one that changed my mindset. I mean, for the obstacle races, just to be specific, whatever. And this is Julie's. I'm sorry, Julie, I'm wearing your medal. So, and these two, one after the other one. First, it was a super. You can see, 10K and what is it? Oh, here's the camera. 10K and 25 obstacles. And then you see 5K, 20 obstacles. And boom.
That's so cool.
Boom, boom.
Well, congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations to everybody that tries every day for the best version of themselves.
That's right. That's right. Like we said, it's all personal. It's all personal development. Look at that. That's how you wear those.
Exactly. That's the way you. Oh, look up. Put it like this. Okay. and don't forget, every time after you're doing something difficult, obstacle, or a workout or anything, except don't forget to stretch, because stretch and cool down is very important. Have a bowl of
lentils. I know what you're saying.
Exactly.
I know what you're saying. Okay. We haven't had an episode for about 4 weeks now where we haven't had lentils mentioned. You're lentil mad, my friend. Right.
Unacceptable.
Okay. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, Oli.
It's been a joy listening to your experiences there, man. Really enjoyed that. Check out the Freeletics blog for the pull-ups challenge. It's going to be the 22nd of September is going to be the date. By that point, you will have completed your 21K Spartan race.
Wow!
You will have done it. You will have done it. That's fact.
Again? I have to do it again? I think I've done it already.
No, you do it.
I'm gonna do it again. It's okay. Yeah. I'll do it again.
You got to do it again.
In my mind, I'm already finish line. I already have. I already connected 3 medals together, and I already see them in my hands. And I'm like, I did it, but I did it mentally. Let me do it physically to September 11th.
Awesome. Cool. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll speak to you again very soon. This has been the Shaped by Gods podcast. Goodbye.
Thank you, Oli. Thank you, everybody.